The opinions voiced on the Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Ruben Broadcasting, or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Ruben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck about you. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it and they call him racist. We the people.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go, Brandon. And welcome. It is The Raw. I'm your host with Moses, Miss Dan Hansen. Of course, we have Ashley over here. She is hi Ashley, how you doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Oh,
that's okay
good.
too.
I will try
Anyway,
to put my camera on here.
well, there. Oh, wow, you are in the dark.
I am in the dark, you guys.
Right.
I'm doing some off-grid living right this second.
Why?
I love it.
Okay,
I absolutely love it.
That's fine. Yeah, each of their own. Okay. I like air conditioning and electricity personally, but and fast internet and kittens and puppies, and there you go. Anyway, welcome to the program, Ashley. Do appreciate it. Of course, this is Ashley Garrett. She is host at K2X 1340 AM on Saturday at noon to 1. And she's joining us tonight for a little while. Henry, of course, is not in studio tonight. He's at a city council meeting doing his part for Needles, California. And am glad he's there. No. Henry's not here because he's at a Needles City Council meeting because he's a Needle councilman person thing ish, whatever. Anyway, welcome back. we're evidently going to have interesting issues with you tonight. Anyway, number to call if you want to join in the conversation is 928-476-0331, 928-476-0331. We'll be taking, of course, your phone calls. Unfortunately, if you do call in, Ashley can hear your questions and she will answer them. Unfortunately, you will not be able to hear Ashley on the phone, so you'll have to wait for your answer off the phone. So keeping that in mind, the world is on fire, absolute fire, and there's damn little or nothing we can do about it right now at this point. Of course, this morning, if you had seen the program that I tried to do, you would have seen this, and it was absolutely bloody disgusting because I went in there. I went in with all intentions of staying the entire day, filming all the progress that the Senate had made, and of course they arbitrarily decide to bring it out maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day.
Without objection, when the House adjourns today, it adjourns to meet at 3 p.m. tomorrow. And without objection, the House stands adjourned until 3 p.m. tomorrow.
There you go. And congratulations. They adjourned until 3 p.m. tomorrow. And 928. What was it? 476 033. Let's not try this one. Oh, welcome back, Ashley. I've got two of you now.
It should be good.
It should be good. If necessary, you can call the call-in line, and we can do that as well at 928-476-0331. Okay, and but it's all good. But you heard that the House of Representatives today adjourned until 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
They definitely have.
Where is leadership? The world is on fire.
I don't think we have leadership.
We're getting ready to march headlong into a war we don't want, don't need, and they're out to lunch squabbling on who's going to be the next leader, the next Speaker of the House.
I think that our leaders or our politicians have essentially lost sight of what is really important and what's important to the people. They're just out of touch.
It's got to be something in the Washington water.
Well, I don't know if it's just Washington, right? We have state representatives, we have state senators, we have county leaders, we have city leaders. All of them have this specific agenda that they're all based on. I don't know if it's the Uniparty. I have no idea what it is, but there's something going on in the waters that we don't necessarily know about. And that includes federal, state, local levels.
Yeah, and for the life of me, I haven't got the foggiest clue of what that would be or why. It's just, the only thing I say is follow the money. You'll get a good inkling of what the hell's going on.
Amen.
But of course, over the weekend, you saw that Hamas attacked Israel in absolutely horrific attacks, up to or probably over 1,000 dead. Who really knows at this point?
Right.
Reports of body mutilations, including infants and children.
Yep.
People kidnapped, raped, tortured, the whole 9 yards. It's been an absolutely disgusting mess, designed to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to strike terror into Israel and countries around there. And Ashley, if you could hear me, call in 928-476-0331.
I'm here.
You were here. You muted.
No, yeah, I'm muted. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I found a spot where I'm perfectly fine. I got 4 bars.
Oh, nice.
I am not moving from this spot until we are over.
Stand very, very still. Shh, we're hunting rabbits.
Yeah, so is Misty what you like to go by?
It is actually. It is actually. And, the only reason I use Rob at K2X is that's what I'm contracted under.
All right. Well, Misty, I appreciate you letting me come on the phone or on the air. Actually, I didn't realize that this was a whole setup, right? So I'm like,
oh yeah.
He's like, or she's like, we need, and what do you want me to call you? He, she, Misty.
Well, whatever honestly, Ashley, whatever you're comfortable with. The reason I am not one of those people that gets all, it's me. No. Look.
All right, sir.
You got it, dude. Not a problem. All right.
All right. So, Misty, I had no idea that this was like an entire podcast or a video blog.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I love your background. I love the way you've got this it's beautiful. So
Oh,
thank you for
hey,
allowing me to come on.
well, not a problem. I've spent thousands of dollars getting all this together.
It looks expensive, so at least you know you're not a cheap girl.
Well, it's thousands of dollars, one component at a time. But
Touche.
it's it is what it is, and of course,
So,
I'm ready for Armageddon. I have my cheesy poops. I have my AR-15,
hey,
and
you can't ask for anything more than
I
that.
do. I'm ready for Armageddon.
Me too. You know what? Like I said, I've been off grid since January. Like off and I do have a house in Bullhead City, but I like to spend my time out here trying to prepare, get an orchard together, everything like that. But I'll tell you what,
Oh,
when you're
gotcha.
talking
Okay.
about Israel,
Oh man.
there is, I don't know if you saw this video of a woman being paraded around.
Yes.
The woman was actually a German tattoo artist,
Yeah.
and
A German citizen who was either visiting or living there, sorta ish. Yeah.
yeah, she had dual citizenship. She was at the concert. I've seen my fair share.
Ironically named the peace concert.
Yeah, touche, right?
Mhm.
I watched that video, and the sad part about it is that the Palestine, I don't know whoever had her remains are contacting the family and stating that the family that essentially this woman's still alive. And I don't know. I've seen my fair share of evidence pictures to know that that woman was not alive. I think they're extorting money out of these people just to. I don't know if it's necessarily trying to get money for their
I
war.
don't
What?
know. I don't know. The problem with it is the intelligence coming out of the area. I don't necessarily trust right now.
Amen.
Number one, it's mainstream media.
Yep.
Number two, there are too many people beating the war drum.
Yep.
And the fucking potato just sent over another aircraft carrier group for a total of 2 that are going to be in the area, and are now talking about actually bombing Tehran. So I've got some issues with this.
I feel like maybe they're just trying to start a World War III. Obviously, as you know, our not only our United States, but all across the world has been divided since 2020.
Yes.
People were either fell in line or people knew that what we were doing was being led to the slaughter. And so I think that, I mean, look at back to what, gosh, I was in seventh or eighth grade when 9/11 happened. Look back to that.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, come on. This is not rocket science.
The peanut gallery is telling me this. We think it's time time is right for China to attack Taiwan, Siberia to attack Kosovo, and North Korea to attack the South. Methinks. And a user by the name of Pete Buttplug says, well, Clown Show continues tomorrow.
Who would want North Korea to attack South Korea? Or who would think that would even, I mean,
if you're going to kick off a multi-front war that guarantees the United States is at its weakest and has to deploy everybody, what better way to do so than convince the North Koreans to cross the 48th parallel?
Yeah.
Go, start a massive war in Israel, and then start threatening NATO allies in Eastern European countries.
True.
that would guarantee that every swinging dick soldier that we have out there would be deployed. And where does that leave the United States? That leaves the United States open to all these millions and millions and millions of military aged men who have snuck in across the border to start havoc in the United States. Now,
absolutely.
Let's go back and look at the tactics of Hezbollah in Israel. They attacked without warning. They attacked during a religious holiday, or shortly after a religious holiday, where people were, in a good mood, celebratory, still wanting to do everything that everybody was just being good to each other. Unbeknownst to the rest of the world, Israel had disarmed its population. They have extremely tight gun laws. Sure, you might have a weapon, but guess what? You're going to keep your weapon in a secure area, not in your home. Sure, and we're going to give you a series of horrific tests that you have to take before we're going to allow you to have a firearm. And the Palestinians took advantage of that. They went to house to house, murdering, kidnapping, dismembering people.
Right. Does anybody know that this sounds familiar?
I wouldn't know. I'm not a historian.
I would hope so. I mean, obviously we see these things. These are not new tactics, right?
No, they're not.
But if we look at even just right now in our local or our United States, we can see that there is a trend, and a very unforgiving trend, if you will, that will essentially align with what is happening around the world. Our guns are being where our gun laws are getting stricter. Our ability to have the freedoms that we've had since 1776, mind you. So, 1791, really. So,
good. I'm glad you corrected yourself. 1776 was just a touchstone of the saying. No.
Well, I did correct myself, but the fact is, we what we have seen in the last few years is a very close playbook of what I would like to call totalitarianism, communism. People find me a little bit more of a conspiracist, but I welcome it.
The only reason a government would have to disarm its people is if they're afraid that they're going to get caught doing something that we'd shoot them over.
That's because they are doing things that we would shoot them over.
Exactly. Now, but let's take a look at the trend of what's going on right now. All right. We're getting ready to deploy pretty much everywhere, depending upon certain aspects. We're definitely deploying to the Middle East again. That's a given. We cannot ignore the kind of terrorist attack that's happened in Israel. That is outside of our capability and our DNA. I mean, everybody to a man, except for the idiots out there. We'll talk about the idiots out there that are supporting Hezbollah. But
oh my gosh, I don't even want to.
No, I've got some interesting stories about that as well. But no, seriously, the makeup of the United States is, hey, we're going to go in, we're going to take out all the terrorists in the Gaza Strip. We have no problem with that. That's our mission.
Right.
Because, well, they already have American hostages. Great. Sign me up. I'm gone. I'm over there.
Right.
We don't have a problem with that. The problem is we don't have any kind of narrow scope. We want to attack Iran. We want to bomb Iran. Ugh.
Right.
We want to get in these fights. It's the never-ending war of stupidity.
Amen. Yeah.
I mean,
can see
and
that.
and all of a sudden overnight, where's Ukraine? Ukraine who? Russia who?
Yeah. Well, how much did we send to Israel? We're sitting there. You know what I don't understand is that we sent so much money.
We took arms that we have stored in Israel for an emergency and shipped them to the Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, obviously there was some intel that was leaked in that sense because I mean, if you look at it closely, right, it almost seems like there's this bigger picture at play. These people know that these weapons were moved. They know that Israel has not been armed successfully. They know that what I found funny was that they bombed what is equivalent to like Coachella or something like that in Iran. It just seems like obviously none of those people were there they're all there for some peaceful reason, right? And what I found interesting was that they would find the perfect time to bomb when a lot of visitors were there, right?
Yes.
This isn't just
people that
live in Israel.
This is a very sophisticated military insurgency. And yes, Johnny, it is ladies' night.
Rah rah shish kamba.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with the ladies' night, and I believe it's Tuesday, isn't it? Isn't it Tuesday?
It is. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday night.
I'm pretty sure there's lots of Tuesday nights that are ladies' nights. So you know what? Around on me, sir.
there you go. No, have you ever talked to Johnny before?
No, I don't believe I have.
Oh, Johnny's great. Johnny's an absolute wonderful person. He lives in Long Island, and he's just fun. He never stays on topic. He talks about whatever the hell he wants to talk about, but he's just a lot of fun. But getting back to the topic at hand, you're absolutely dead on right. This was a very sophisticated military attack. Just look at the sophistication that they demonstrated when they attacked that dance party.
It was very calculated. They knew that there would be it was almost like a silent attack. And what I find interesting, and I know that you were going to get to that at some point tonight, and so I apologize if I'm going too fast. But
it's okay.
But if you look at what's happening in the United States right now and the correspondence to the Israel attacks, we have a lot of Jewish individuals that are leaving the United States as we speak to go fight in the war for Israel. But if you look at these BLM, these teenage kids, these little what do you call it, honey? Generation Z. Gen Zs.
Oh yes.
These Gen Zs and even millennials, I would say, but these BLMers, right? The what I call fascists. These people are out there essentially screaming Hamas. Oh, here we go. See, they're
right there. BLM grassroots aligns itself with Palestinian terror group, advocates for decolonization of America.
What The HE double hockey sticks. But you know what?
That's all right. You can say what the hell here on this program.
Misty said that I could cuss on this show, unlike my own.
Well, no, that one is a little bit different rules. Even I don't cuss on my own at the station. But this is different rules. We're not playing by FCC rules. We're playing by Misty rules here.
Well, then what the hell is going on? These people have absolutely lost their freaking minds.
They have absolutely lost their freaking minds. Black Lives Matters group recently released a statement expressing solidarity with our Palestinian family, drawing parallels between the struggles faced by Black Americans and those faced by Palestinians, calling for decolonization of America. Black Lives Matter Grassroots is a nonprofit organization that supports Black Lives Matter chapters, partnering organizations, groups, and people.
Well, I just have one question, Misty. What the hell does BLM have to do with Palestine?
Code
Pink.
I mean, Code Pink came out in support of Palestinian.
But what do Black people have in common with Palestinians? Really, truly. I mean, if somebody can explain it to me and tell me like a legitimate or logistical or even just a logical explanation as to why they are even coincide. I just
because
don't.
there are people out there that are so locked into the victim mentality.
Oh, right, but the Palestinians aren't the victims here.
No, they are the aggressors. However, every what is that? One of the squad members blamed Israel for the attack. Oh, it's your fault that you got attacked. It is.
Here, let me tell you something, Missy. So last week on Thursday, I had this meeting with a group. I'm not even going to identify the group because it would like lose hope with humanity, right? But but the fact is, right, we're in this group meeting and essentially I'm getting chastised. I'm getting like, my hand slapped because I did something wrong. I yelled at somebody, and my office leader or my office director, she essentially was got into an argument with a man, and you know what they said to her? They said, "Why didn't you leave? Why didn't you walk away? Why didn't you move yourself out of the situation?" And I said, "You know what? And for tonight's sake, I'm gonna say Deborah. Deborah, why didn't you just why did you wear that slutty ass outfit to get raped?"
Ooh.
Please tell me, because I'm telling you right now, at this point, these people are just so blinded and they're absolutely out of their minds that they take this victim, like an actual victim, right, of something that could be damning, and they turn them into the why didn't you do this to protect yourself? And I don't understand that mentality. It's like, why did you wear that slutty outfit and then get raped? Maybe you shouldn't have dressed that way. And
how dare you for saying that as well? I mean, holy crap! But the thing is that feeds right into my point.
Exactly.
We're taking this victimhood mentality. Now, mind you, I have an ongoing fight with the VA and the federal government.
Right.
It's been going on for over 30 years. I'm a 100% disabled veteran. I am, and the VA has promised certain things. The potato in chief has promised certain things. And over 2.5 years later, those certain things have not come to fruition. We're still studying the issue.
Liars.
Well, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And it causes a lot of frustration.
Where's a spade, right? I mean, at this point, you've served your country. You've done your best to make sure that you made sure people in America were safe. In the United States, you went out and you did your duty, and all they do is kind of spit in your face. And the fact is, at this point,
and continue to do so. and
Right. And
continue to do so without regard to anybody.
I assume your potato is Mr. Biden, right?
That is very much correct.
Okay, so
I refuse to say his name. He is potato president. The potatoes. The potato
well, I call
in
him the
chief.
child molester. So I mean, potato.
Yeah, potato potato.
Whatever you want to say about it.
The thing is, if you can't find your way off a stage, I've been on stage all my life. If you can't find your way off a stage, you've got mashed potatoes for brains.
You know what? I like mashed potatoes. So what I would say is he is like mashed collard greens or something, because I don't like those. I mean, let's call it something that's not yummy, because
I like potatoes too, but he's a rotten potato.
Those are really badly smell. Like those smell terrible.
Just ask the Pope last time he shat his pants.
Oh my goodness.
Look, this is the Raw. We pull no punches here.
I wish I could be on video right now, because my face would be priceless. I'm absolutely astonished at the words we're talking. Right,
well, that's okay. That's the Raw. And that's what this program is all about. This program is about laying the facts down in a frank manner and discussing them.
Good. I like it.
And outside of the bounds of sometimes decency, sometimes protocol, but having a frank discussion and just laying the facts all to bear. And if YouTube can't accept it, they can sit and spin.
They can shove it.
Exactly. And we're broadcasting on YouTube right now, and I frankly don't care.
Can you put Misty, will you do me a favor, and I don't know if you can put it in the chat or the comments so I can send it out to some friends. If you can put out the link.
Absolutely, I can do so. Let's see. Private chat.
Oh, he's private chatting me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. There you go. Anyway.
Wait, this is Rumble. This is not the same thing, is it?
Oh, yeah. I'm on. Let's see. I broadcast the Raw to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitter.
Multifaceted.
The X, I guess, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, and then Rumble. So I'm an equal opportunity offender. The only platforms I'm guaranteed I'm not getting kicked off on is formerly Twitter and Rumble. The rest of them, I honestly, I care about them. I care about YouTube. I have videos there that I made years and years and years ago that I don't want to lose. But if I lose it, what really am I out?
Not much. Not much.
I've had my two
for communism. So
precisely, and they may let's see, drafts. Here we go. They may have tried to cancel people, but they weren't successful. Therefore, they kind of backed off a lot on it.
Good.
Matter of fact, there's I can get away with a whole lot more than I used to be able to on there. But I still don't give a good gosh darn about their tender sensibilities. They understand that, they know that, and if the impasse comes where they can't tolerate my presence on there anymore, well, so be it.
Well, I have a question.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I have a question. What has gotten so crazy in the world that we can't just say what we feel? What I don't understand is, at this point, you got YouTube, you got all these things, you got these groups, you've got these political parties, and you know what I have realized in my short time in politics, people get so crazy about the words that you say. What is, even on YouTube, right? You say something and then they flag your account. You say something on Instagram, they flag your account. Where is free speech gone?
Well, if you really want to trace this back, you can trace this back into the middle of the Clinton presidency. Okay. Where the big fight in the Senate and the House, of course, was the impeachment of Bill Clinton for getting his dick
Was that
sucked in the Oval
1994?
Office. No, somewhere around in there, in 1995, 1996, 1997, something in that area.
Okay.
Where he got caught. Okay, great. They tried to impeach him. They tried to shut him up. They tried to get him. And this, of course, incensed the Democrats. Absolutely incensed the Democrats. Now, before then, the Democrats and Republicans, while they never really got along, they sort of got along. They got along well enough. They got along well enough to actually do worthwhile legislation, such as a reduction in welfare act. Work mandates. If you're on welfare, guess what? You're going to have to get a job. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to do something for us to be able to get those benefits. Mind you, that was short-lived and got overturned. But it really started getting out of hand during the Bush years, where people started, and this was shortly after 9/11, around the time where the Patriot Act was installed, and we lost basic rights,
right? Enacted,
exactly, such as privacy rights, such as search and seizure rights. You name it. We lost a whole host of things that we haven't gotten back yet. A temporary measure, and the federal government decided that, hey, look, we own everything. We have the right to monitor all communications. And somewhere in there between the Bush administration and the Obama administration, they got the idea that they can control the narrative.
Amen.
And you look dead smack in the middle of the Obama administration, we start seeing a division. We start seeing a huge division. Now, BLM is as old as Bush. They started showing their head around the Bush era. They really started showing their stupidity during the Obama administration. And then it was all out for lunch during the Trump administration, where we got to see, the mostly peaceful protests, the Summer of Love.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I saw was like destruction.
Same here. But I'm using their descriptors, not mine.
Oh, I have to say, for Civic Circle Jerk, who is that? All food is poison. I agree with that 100%. That's why I'm off the grid.
That would be Chuck.
Chuck, I agree with Chuck, because you know what? I bought 2 turkeys for $15 so I can have a nice turkey dinner for Thanksgiving. Because I don't even like to go shopping anymore. That food is nasty.
It is. It is. Rumble bubble chicken cheese. Chuck is silly. Anyway, but I actually do enjoy debating things with Chuck. He and I see quite long parallel lines. But
so, are you saying opposite?
I'm sorry. What?
Are you saying opposite? You and Chuck, you see opposite?
No, we think quite along the same lines, actually.
Oh, okay.
I end up agreeing with Chuck a lot more than I disagree with Chuck, which is kind of strange because some people, well, the thing is, there are people out there that consider Chuck a Democrat communist.
Do they? I don't know.
I
This is my
am
first
I
time
am
here.
I've never accused Chuck of being a Democrat communist. Uh,
Who wants to verbally abuse people?
Me?
Maybe I'm confused.
That's all right. He ignore the sideshow. Continue on with the discussion.
Squirrel.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Squirrel.
Diversion. I love that.
Okay. Well, something to know about me. Okay. I am a rabid constitutional conservative. Period. If it doesn't align with the Constitution, it is wrong. I am also very much a social liberal. That puts me out. Yes, I am. I'm very much a social liberal. That puts me outside of the Republican camp and keeps me outside of the Democrat camp. So what does that put me in? That puts me dead smack in the middle of being a libertarian.
That's interesting. I always feel like I'm extremely right wing, and I've actually recently got myself in trouble because even with my own party, right? Because I am a registered Republican. I've actually got myself.
I am as well because I got to be able to vote for somebody.
You got to do what you got to do, right? But I have been a Republican my entire life, and now I am being threatened with being removed from the Arizona State GOP and the Mohave County GOP. I'm on the executive board. They, I am being threatened.
They're seriously considering defrocking you.
Oh yes.
What does the Republican Party in Arizona think they are? The priesthood?
No, I think they think they're Democrats.
Oh.
No, I really do. I believe that. And, I'll probably get chastised for saying that. Somebody's going to hear what I said. But, the fact is, in the next 30 days, I'll have a vote against me to be removed from my office, my position. And what it boils down to is that I did not fall in line with what I was told to do. And the glory about America is that we have the freedom to do whatever the hell we want.
And that's exactly it. As long as we are willing to pay the consequences. Let's say, okay, not to use my being a transsexual as an excuse, but it's a damn fine example. All right. I had the choice of hiding who and what I am for the rest of my life, becoming angry and angrier and angrier until I ate my Glock. Or I could buck the system.
Have titties? Oh, what?
Hey, I'll tell you what, nothing better in the world than there. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, squirrel.
I'm gonna mute myself because I'm laughing so hard.
Squirrel. Boy, I think I've got a new semi-permanent guest here, Ashley. I'll be back. If anything, just to laugh a little. But but seriously, I could have suppressed that. I could have kept it hidden. I could have, done everything else. But no, I chose to be me. And guess what? I choose to live with the consequences.
Right,
and
because that's life.
And here, part of the great consequences, I no longer want to eat my Glock. I no longer want to make other people eat my Glock.
Touche.
I am a much happier person. Negative consequences? Oh well.
None.
Well, yeah, there are some negative consequences. I get people have looked at me sideways for quite some time
But
now.
think about this, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
the way I look at it is I'm a woman, right? Me, myself,
Right.
I'm a woman. I don't have any desire to be a man. I have lived that way
Thank
my
God.
entire life. But I'll tell you what, people still look at me sideways. So does it matter? Does it
Well,
matter? And
the thing is, okay, now I refer to my mother a lot because I learned a lot about what it means to be a real woman from my mother. She was very much an independent. People, my dad would tell other people to talk to her about the bass boat because he had absolutely no idea what the hell he was doing with it.
right.
My mother taught me how to hang sheetrock. My mother taught me how to rewire electrical boxes. She also taught me how to be a decent person, and hold your head up, square your shoulders, and face adversity head on, and never let them see you sweat.
Amen. Good for you.
You know,
That
and
sounds like a good mom to me.
she was. I miss her so much. She's no longer with us, but you know, it's she was an absolutely wonderful influence on me and my kids, and my brother and sister and their kids. Both my parents were actually. She her don't oh you're don't block that way. but no, she would tell you can be anything you want to be, just be a good person.
Right. You know what the funny
Just
thing
be a
though
good
is?
person. Mhm.
Let me talk about being a good person.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just me at 34 years old. I was a kid when 9/11 happened. I have watched things transpire. I was a young mother. I don't, I try all the time to be a good person. And it doesn't matter how much you try to be a good person. Sometimes people just turn it around like you're an asshole either way. So what do you do? Like, do
you
you,
you square your shoulders, you stick your boobs out,
okay.
and you
I'm doing
dare
it
'em.
as we speak.
You kind of give the fingers, bring it on, motherfucker.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Because what else? What Chuck says, I'm wearing my red armband now. You got a sickle and hammer on there, Chuck? No, I'm kidding. I love Chuck. I really do. He's listening behind us right now, so he isn't quite caught up yet. But seriously, we
Misty,
take yes, honey.
are you happy with how you perceive life now?
Oh, deliriously happy.
Then that's all that matters.
Well, yes, it is, and yes, it really is. That's all that matters. I'm no longer angry all the damn time. All right. You've probably buried things that probably shouldn't have been buried, and what happens over time? They're going to come out in ways that you
Sure.
don't expect. Sometimes violently come out, and
Well, hopefully for
look,
nobody around me right now.
look,
The only person around me right now is my daughter.
I threatened a Taco Bell employee, okay, somebody who is so far down the rung from me, to knock him on his ass
Right.
if he talked to me disrespectfully anymore. I shouldn't even give it a crap about it. But it got
Why would you?
me so damn angry that I walked right in and told him, look, but I'm going to knock you on your ass. You talk to me or anybody else like that. Again, of
What
course,
did he say to you, Misty?
this was when COVID had just started hitting, and he stuck this little tiny itty bitty cup out for me to put my money in. I said, look, it's windy out here. My money's going to fly away. Oh, no, you got to put it in there. And so I stuffed it in there. And what did it do? It blew out immediately.
Right.
And all I wanted was a fucking burrito.
You know,
that's all I want. I was hungry. I wanted a burrito. So, so instead of, grabbing another $1.25 or whatever it is, another dollar and handing, but he would not take the money from my hand. And then really got nasty about it. So I have to. No, you don't. You can just reach out there, take the money, put it in your till, because you got to touch it anyway. Doesn't matter if it's going in your stupid cup. You're still going to touch the money that I just had sitting next to my junk in my pocket.
Right. You do not have to comply. Like, why? You know what I never understood is at first, yeah, okay, we were all kind of like nervous. It was a unforeseen thing. It wasn't truly known what was happening. But I mean, after a while, it was like, just because somebody else says so doesn't necessarily mean that we have to abide by that. And what I just got deemed a rhino. Well, like, this is crazy stuff, right? So I had a 17-minute interview when I was running for school board because I was homeschooling 5 damn kids.
Oh my goodness.
And so I ran for school board to open the schools back up. And at that time, during my run, they actually went back to school. And I had said, and this is almost verbatim, I guess this is paraphrased. So I said, the kids our kids are back in school now, but they are being forced to wear a mask, or they have to wear a mask, and there's social distancing, which is good. Right, because this is 2020. We don't know. This is not 100% like, debunked at this point. So, I am now on a Twitter page. And anybody listening, you should go look at it. It's called Mohave Rhinos. I'm being deemed a rhino because I said within that 20 seconds of a 17-minute video, it was a good thing they were social distancing. Mind you, it's 2020, and I still voted against masks. I would have never, ever, ever, ever fallen in line with that stupid BS, because the fact of the matter is, if essential workers have to work, which is, our business, my business, plumbing, grocery stores, all that shit, if you still have to work every single fucking day, it ain't that bad. It is not that bad. The fact is, if teachers are not essential, then why the hell are any kids in school nowadays?
Good point.
Why?
Very good point.
If they're not essential, why are we here?
And they weren't.
Exactly. So
they weren't. They weren't there. They weren't there. What did we end up doing to the kids? We ended up social distancing to themselves.
Yeah.
We ended up making sure that they were isolated to the point where they started committing suicide.
Yeah. We've got a fucked up generation because of this.
Now we have, I've seen TikTok videos of 7th grade teachers complaining that their students, their regular students, not their special ed students, but their regular students cannot read at grade level. Cannot read at grade level. What in the hell?
Let me tell you. So I'm on the school board of our local schools, right? Every single one of our children bombed the benchmarking tests. And it's like, instead of sitting there and actually teaching these children curriculum or actually getting them smarter, because in my opinion, we have schools to essentially make people fall in line, right? Because we don't want entrepreneurs. We want people to go and we want to teach them how to go to their job every day, right? 9 to 5, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, you've got people that are so worried about, you know, inclusive or equity and all of these things that they forget the fact that they have to actually teach these kids something.
Yes.
I'm all for, I would never disrespect you or anybody else. Like I have several friends that are either gay or transgender. I would never disrespect any of them because you know what, that's their right, because we have freedoms in America. But at the same time, instead of teaching kids about sexuality in school, we should be teaching them how to be smarter and being productive members of society. I mean, that's the reality of it.
And you've hit on one of my really hot button topics. Seriously, I have. The grade schools, the junior high school and the high school here hated seeing me. I was either in there minimally once a week or every day. And I bypassed the teachers. I bypassed the counselors. I went straight to the top and said, this is not going to fly every single time. And they, all they could do is sit there. You know, when it was in grade school, I was hell on wheels, trying to get a woke policy removed of collective responsibility.
Can you explain that?
What collective responsibility is? Sure. You have a group of 20 people. 2 people get into a fight. The rest of them are just kind of being decent.
Standing around in a circle.
Instead of punishing the miscreants, you punish the whole. In other words, okay, little Johnny and Mary are whispering back and forth in class. Okay.
Right.
It can be disruptive for everybody else. The teacher can say, hey, look, shush, 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 shush. She gets upset. She makes everybody, she interrupts her lesson and makes everybody put their heads down on their desk.
Well, doesn't that sound like something else?
Yes, it does. Very much. Very much so. That ends up disrupting everybody's education and nobody learns anything. Except that I'm now responsible for little Johnny and little Mary. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. So, I got that pretty much ended where my kids were concerned. I don't know about any other classes. But they were, I hear about it and you're not going to hear the end of it from me, kind of thing.
Well, sorry to interrupt you.
No.
I think that people as a whole, right, like humanity, at this point, they are so collective, right? Even if we have an individualistic country, which we've been identified as being individualistic, but what I think is happening is that people as a whole are, in order to feel that sense of reality or that sense of commitment or things that they feel like they're accepted, because what essentially is our computers, and I always go back to this, you'll know that if you ever listen to K Talks, I always go back to the fact that our phones and our computers have essentially, or our social medias have essentially like created this binding effect on us to reality as far as like our community or society.
Absolutely. You're dead on straight. I mean, and the algorithms and the programming that went into these things was done with malice aforethought, meaning that they deliberately target areas of your brain that respond to things like, I don't know, heroin, sex, excitement, where the dopamine
Right.
is created.
Right.
Okay. And for instance, the like button or the dislike button.
Amen.
Or the
Yes.
emojis. Okay.
Right.
You get you post a Facebook post and you get a bunch of likes on there, and guess what? Oh wow, people really like this. Let me see if I can do this again and again and again. And then
Right.
it's buried into your psyche that this is how we deal with society.
Exactly. And so, like, for example, I had a woman recently in the last couple days. She sent out an email and she said, "You know damn well are you laughing at the comment?"
I am laughing at. I'm laughing at the comment. I'm going to put the comment up here. I have horses. You haven't seen the biggest booger.
So I had this email come in just a couple days ago, and it essentially said, "You know better." Like, she was very upset because I essentially told her I was going to pray for her, and this pissed her off. But then we go on and we go into this conversation where somebody had said something on the internet, and I simply explained, I do not have Facebook, so I have no idea what you're talking about. And so this woman essentially kind of like attacks me and says, "You know damn well what I'm talking about. You know that this is a lie." And I said, no, just because you're seeing something in your reality doesn't necessarily mean that's my reality, because I choose not to have those websites on my phone.
Well,
So
and there you go. There you go. And
reality.
let me tell you what. It was a somewhat of a chore for me to divorce myself of Facebook. Constantly posting stuff, constantly looking at stuff. I still use it, but I only use it to promote the show. After that, I don't care anymore. My kids use it quite a bit. They pick my youngest daughter post pictures of my grandchildren up there, which I absolutely love. I like looking at them. I download them to my phone and I save them forever. And then if I run across a cat video, I send it to my other daughter. But that's the limit. That's the limit of what I do. I don't base my reality upon Facebook. I don't base my reality upon Twitter, although I do get a lot of good news tips through Twitter.
Right. But I think what it's doing is souring people's psyches.
Oh, absolutely it is. Absolutely it is.
They're all going fucking nuts is what's happening. I mean, excuse my language, but they're all fucking losing their minds.
Yeah, absolutely they're losing their minds. Of course, Henry has joined us. Hi, Henry. How you doing?
Henry.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Ashley.
Okay,
Hi,
move your microphone
wait a second.
where we can actually hear you.
Well, I feel like very inept with you guys both being on these wonderful videos.
Yeah, well, that's okay. He just muted himself, so we'll never hear from him again anyway.
Oh, there you go. He's talking.
Henry,
but you can't
you're
hear
muted.
him. I'm gonna mute myself.
Henry, you muted yourself in software. On the software, on the computer. Look on the computer.
You have to do it on the computer.
Look at the yeah.
There we go. There we go. See what I got? I got a plate full of Michael's food.
Yeah, you suck, fucker.
Michael who?
My brother. My brother cooks, and he's living with me, and he cooks really good. I got some really good food.
I'll be there in 45 minutes.
I know, huh?
Same here.
I know it's mashed. It's actually red potatoes, broccoli, and this is pork
tenderloin.
Pork tenderloin.
See,
yeah. What a way to get home from a council meeting.
Yeah, I think I recently spoke to you, Henry.
I've talked to you a few times on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. like your show. I really try to catch it every time I get on the radio.
Thank you.
Yeah, it needs to be more than an hour, though. You need 2 hours.
Sometimes it's really hard to get through that hour.
I know, especially by yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, I got to come up with a lot of stuff. But you know what? The greatest thing about life is that there's so much drama. It seems like you can get through an hour in 30 minutes.
Pretty much, huh? You go, wait a minute, it's top of the hour already?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Anyway, speaking of top of the hour, we're going to head off to a break for a minute because I really need to go up and use the facilities. I've been sitting here drinking about
the ladies' room.
The little ladies' room.
It's my it's not the ladies' room, it's the trannies' room.
Oh, okay.
Trannies' room. Okay.
Don't read anything more into it than what I'm
going to get this council shirt off too. So.
Oh, but anyway, it is the Raw. We'll be right back. We'll be in about 4 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
This portion of the Raw could be brought to you by you for as little as $25 a week. For more information, email us at theraw@ktox.com. That's theraw@ktox.com. theraw@ktox.com.
KTOX.
KTOX.
The Tri-States Talk Leader.
Time Call Taxi is here for all your transportation needs, whether it's a ride to work, the store, or anywhere. Time Call Taxi is here for you. Call 928-763-1010, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going out to paint the town red? Call Time Call Taxi and get to and from your fun in a timely and safe manner. Call Time Call Taxi, 763-1010. That's 763-1010.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Okay.
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it gonna be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way! Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Okay, this is the target house.
Hey, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like sun came up outside.
You in the house. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
The opinions voiced on the Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Reuben Broadcasting or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Reuben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck Fauci. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it and they call them racist. We the people. Let's go back that way.
Yes, welcome back. It is The Raw. I'm your hostess with Moses, Miss Misty and Hanson. Of course, we have Henry and Tundra here. He's down there. And, of course, we have Ashley over there who is muted for some reason. But other than that, welcome back to the program.
And what are we talking about?
Pretty much free for all. But we start out the program. Of course, you know, the world is on fire. We have tremendous issues going on with a brewing war in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Congress that's missing in action.
Yeah, that just decides to say, we'll give it.
We're going to take another day. We're going to take another day. And if they come back tomorrow and say we're going to take another day, well, that's it. Fuck it. I give up on them. Yeah. Well, you know, I've given up on them pretty much anyway.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, it is a bunch of bullshit because there are people out there like myself, like you, like Ashley, like everybody listening to the program that wants a functioning government.
Yes.
We have the legislative branch for a reason. We have an executive branch for a reason. We have a judicial branch for a reason. They need to be functioning, not necessarily hand in hand, but they all need to be functioning.
They do. They do. They get paid for it.
It's just too bad right now we have an executive branch that has the brains of a rotten potato.
Oh, my gosh. Big time rotten potato.
So, you know, and you know what the potato did today?
What did he do today?
Sent a second carrier group.
He did what?
Sent a second carrier group. Not just one carrier group, but a second carrier group to in and around Israel.
Well, you know we're going into war.
I know that for a fucking fact. I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah.
But what is that going to do? That's going to touch off a lot of things. You know, Ashley and I were talking about this earlier in the program. And, you know, this is going to embolden the North Koreans.
Yeah.
What happens if they decide to cross the 48th parallel?
You know, they will.
Okay, where will we be going?
Screwed.
We'll be sending what's left of our forces into Korea.
Yeah, and then when we do that, they're hand in hand with Russia.
What if Russia decides that they're going to start attacking NATO countries?
We're screwed.
We're going to be sending what's left of our left to stop them.
Yeah.
And we're already going to be in dire straits with trying to put a lid on what's going on in the Middle East, and they want us to bomb Iran for some stupid ass reason. So where's that going to leave us in the United States? That's going to leave us defenseless.
Oh, totally. And look what's already coming in from the borders.
Look what's already here.
Mm-hmm. That's right. They're already here. We got sleeper cells all over the place.
Actually, last time I had something that big in my face, I screamed.
Last time you what?
Well, it came from this. It came from this comment here. Oh boy, Henry has that big mic. That microphone is getting bigger. Last time I had something that big in my face,
that's
I wanted
Johnny.
to put a ring on it.
That's
of course,
Johnny.
That's Johnny. Ashley said this. She'll be back in a second. Last time I had something that big in my face, I screamed. But no, seriously. Now we have how many? You're back. Welcome back.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
we have how many illegal aliens have poured over the border?
Who knows? They're just giving a rough estimate.
15 million ish.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just put it a lot. Of those, how many of those were men of military age?
Over 50%.
Well,
I'd say 80%.
I would too, but they're calling it just a little over 50%.
Okay.
Yeah,
and where's the country of origin of those military men?
Well, they're not. It's not Mexico.
Mexico, Haitian,
China,
all over the
Middle
South
East.
America. Yeah, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. There are a lot more other than South American.
Correct.
Or Central American.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just call it other.
You can call me another too. I really won't get it better. But
Ashley, don't get offended by this, but Rob, I'm going to bitch slap you.
I don't know if you saw my last comment, but
oh yeah, well, gender affirming contact aside, Henry.
She likes that, Ashley.
My point still stands. We are being left vulnerable, and where are we most vulnerable?
At our border.
No. That's already gone. That's not where in the United States.
After I was done eating dinner, but you know. I mean, other people can be vulnerable in other ways.
I understand that, but no. In all seriousness, where are we vulnerable in the United States? We're vulnerable in our cities, especially our blue cities that have disarmed the citizenry. Take a look at Hezbollah tactics. They went from house to house, raping, killing, murdering, pillaging, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Without resistance, because the citizenry were not armed. I mean, that entire exercise was the perfect reason why everybody should be able to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It should settle forever the Second Amendment questions we've had in this country.
Oh, yeah.
However, being stupid humans that we are, we're going to say, oh, no, that could never happen here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
it can happen here, and it's going to happen here.
Let's take a look at 9/11. Okay, we had hijackers take over a plane with fucking box cutters.
Yeah.
They didn't have guns. They didn't have explosives. They had box cutters.
Correct.
And nobody on that airplane was armed to be able to defend themselves.
That's right.
Now, flight, whatever that was, a crash in Pennsylvania, they took matters in their own hands and crashed an airplane. But that was one instance out of 4.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So where are we going to get? We're going to get hit in our cities. We're going to get hit in our soft areas. We're going to get hit in the areas where people are completely and totally disarmed.
Correct.
While our military,
I don't know. I think we're going to get hit where our most likely methods of communication are, right? I mean,
this is also true.
If we take our means of obviously electricity and our means of communication, and we go to the largest platforms to do so, which is actually one of them is in Nevada, right? So,
right.
If we think about this and we think about it strategically, as far as like where would you attack the United States? Well, obviously you would take down their grid first, right? I mean, if you can't communicate across the nation, how are you going to be able to protect yourself?
Exactly. But the thing is, I believe that they're going to coordinate their attack when our military is out fighting a world war.
Mm-hmm. They've already got this planned. It's already planned what they're going to do.
Well, like I said, I think it's fine. But you're dead on. One of the targets are going to be communication. The targets are going to be electricity. The targets are going to be making sure that we cannot function as a country.
Yeah.
My other half and I talk about this quite often, and I don't know why. We must be deranged or something, but
I resemble that remark.
Welcome to the K2X family.
I resemble that remark. Come on.
we talk about this quite often, and we talk about the reality of the situation, right? What we believe as far as like when we're talking, we think that if you look at the way that our country works, we're not going to be attacked by outsiders. We're going to be attacked by people that are essentially aligning with the liberal or the woke agenda. Correct. And then other countries will infiltrate and essentially help that agenda. And then we will be attacked. As far as when I say we, I mean like individuals that don't believe in that woke agenda.
We already are.
The reality of it is a lot of other countries align with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got a call. The Raw, you are on the air. Good evening.
Hello.
Hey, Chuck. How you doing, man?
Hey, Ashley. We can talk to ourselves because Chuck can't hear us.
I think you guys are probably about 10 minutes into the future as far as
give me the lottery numbers
is going. So
yeah, probably.
What are y'all talking about tonight?
Right.
Everything.
Longview, Washington's going to be attacked first.
Everything. A variety of everything, Chuck. Yeah.
I left you on Ashley's horse boogers. That's where we left.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was 30 minutes ago, man.
Ashley, you got horse boogers?
Yeah, see, okay, that's...
I got lots of horse boogers.
30 minutes after that, man. You know what I found interesting? I listen to a lot of talk radio, and I found this kind of very interesting. Okay. People like Lars Larson, right? This brand of Republican. I don't know if you've ever heard this brand of Republicanism, but he's on the bandwagon of, oh no, no more funding for Ukraine. We just don't have the money. Oh, we can't be involved in this. This is just. But as soon as something happens to Israel, it's all in for Israel.
Yeah, but why not?
Why is this happening? Why is this? Why is Israel the sacred cow, for lack of better terms? And I just don't understand it. I don't understand that logic and can we call it hypocrisy?
Because what happened in Israel?
Holy cow!
What happened in Israel
Ashley, that's Chuck, though.
Is something that tugs and it was purposely exploitive to countries like ours that have. Chuck, you got to admit, people in the United States are generally good people.
Oh, I would tend to agree with that. Sure, there's more.
So when we start hearing,
except if you're in Portland, Oregon,
when we start hearing stories about people going from house to house, raping and pillaging and murdering and kidnapping people.
Did that happen in Ukraine by Russian soldiers?
I haven't the foggiest idea. Idea.
If you would have read some of the disgusting shit that was going on the battlefield in both Ukraine and in Israel,
right,
and read it from side by side, you wouldn't know where, because it's all disgusting. It's the humanity. It's war, and you can't tell the difference. But I just don't understand it. They know that if these Republicans like Lars Larson, okay, they know that if we pull the plug and cut and run on Ukraine, then Russia's going to take over Ukraine, and somehow that doesn't bother them. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. It's the same. It's not the same shit, but it's different.
Planned out step by step to distract us from what is important. It's meant to divide us philosophically, morally, ethically, and even in some cases religiously. This is all planned and planned out carefully. You want 10 minutes into the future, Chuck?
Yes. I believe I caught up with you.
You guys in Washington are fucked.
That's why I'm always hanging out in Oregon. I can see it. I can see that sweet beaver state from here.
Yeah, but I don't know all the answers. All I can do is read the tea leaves as they come to me. And what I'm saying is the United States drawn into wars across the globe. Okay, it's only going to take a couple of 3 sparks, and we're deployed so far that we cannot protect our own interior.
Does this guy know that we send billions of dollars to Israel?
When I heard the president's remarks today, I thought about how vulnerable we must be if he's basically telling everybody, all the bad actors in the world, if he thought this is an opportunity for you to do something, don't. Now, what are those opportunities he was referring to?
I have the.
Well, I think
those are one tea leaves I don't want to read because they're laced with urine and poop.
Well, he's talking about. I think he's talking about flashpoints, other flashpoints in the globe, like South Sudan, and I think the most predictable one is probably Kosovo and Serbia again.
Yeah.
And maybe Belarus getting involved with Russian Federation's effort to take Ukraine. But that's just, I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it's like I said, it's pretty predictable.
The thing is, we send a lot of money to Israel as well.
Hell
yeah, we send it. We have, we have troops there too. Not a lot of people know that, but we have
limited. Yeah, we have troops in the embassy, but that's
along the ports too.
Yeah,
ports. You have a lot. It is not like I don't think it would be like a brigade or something like that. You're right.
Well, it's too bad we don't have a brigade there. But honestly, but we are being pulled in all these directions, and it's leaving the American people wide open for serious attacks. And that's what we're talking about.
Well, can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead, Ashley. You can. Ashley wants to ask a question. I'll tell it to you in a second. Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay, my question is, why can't we pull the hell out of Ukraine, pull out of Israel, pull out of all these other countries, and financially back our own militants and financially back our own people. Why the hell are we even getting involved in this?
That's a damn good question. I'm going to paraphrase that.
Okay.
Ashley asked, why can't we just pull out of all these places? Use the money for our own and fix what's broken here first. Chuck?
I think that if we did that, then we'd be seeing wars here. If we went isolationism and we let
that's a good point.
Kind of go on the direction of where Iran and China and Russia want to go, we're going to see.
But they're already here.
We're here on the homeland, and we're going to be quadrupling our defense budget by then if we are able to survive. That's. I think that by us having this kind of role in the world it is preserving the world order, and that's why the world order as we know it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So can I say something?
Ever since World War II, right? I mean, we've been everywhere.
So he should be fine that we're giving money to both Israel and Ukraine.
As soon as we go someplace, we never leave. We never leave. We have people in Afghanistan still.
We don't have any.
You know?
No, we do not.
Rob, can Ashley say something, Rob?
If we have anybody in Afghanistan, it's very, very, very limited.
Yeah,
What do you mean? If we left a whole bunch behind,
we have. It's probably the same troop amount that we have in Ukraine.
Yeah,
but
all right, Chuck. Well, I've got two people screaming questions at me, and you talking in my
go get him, Ashley.
And
it's bloody frustrating, eh?
Oh, absolutely. I love this. It pisses me off that I cannot use this little issue out. But hey, Chuck, thanks for your call as always, my friend.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All righty, bye-bye. 928-476-0331 is the number for joining.
Now you can talk all you want, Ashley.
Yeah. Now. All
right. So I don't know the rules yet.
You go, girl. Oh no, the rules are if I answer the phone, they can't hear you.
Right.
Oh, okay. So I can talk all the shit I want.
That's right. That's what I do sometimes.
It's funnier than hell that you guys would talk when he's, asking questions.
He's 10 minutes behind us. He'll hear it.
Why did he say these contradicting things? I don't understand. So
he's a liberal. He's a liberal.
He's talking about giving money to Ukraine and then Israel, and then but we can't pull out and essentially like take care of our own country because of all of these other issues that would take effect. And it's like, no offense, but where does he think the Ukrainian money's going? It's going right back into our politicians' pockets.
Of course it is.
So what I mean, these are the largest launderers in the world. Why are we even? I mean, why are we being blinded by this guy that's dancing half naked on the internet?
There you go.
Come on, Rob likes that.
Oh, cow!
Do not.
It's okay to like that, but the fact is,
I don't like it. That's the problem. I don't like it.
He just likes the slaves swinging back and forth. That's good. I mean,
put it in my bedroom. I might like it, but it's not in my bedroom, and I don't want to see it. I mean, come on. I am not a prude by any means a stretch of the word, but for God's sake, I don't want to fly in my face on the internet when I can't do anything about it.
Oh, gotcha. You want to do something about it, then it's okay.
He wants to be able to grab it.
That's right.
All right, I'm done.
No, you're not. You're not done at all.
Neither am I. Let's go get him, Ashley.
Holy cow.
I'm sorry. Let's go get her, Ashley.
Thank you, sir and madam. Anyway, or sir and madam, whichever. I don't care. I honestly don't care. But no, seriously. we give billions and billions and billions of dollars to people who frankly hate us.
Oh yeah.
The last, technically, the last money we gave to Iran was theirs. I have no idea.
So if they hate us, screw them. Keep the money.
Exactly. Pakistan, India, China.
Hey, let's talk. Why don't we talk about our veterans, considering they have literally fought for this country, and we have one of them, and I don't know, maybe two of them sitting right in this chat room that have had to suffer. And instead of the money going to them and being able to help them get by, we've got money going to Ukraine to guy that's winging his slong all over the place. Come on.
That's right.
Regardless,
you're absolutely right.
Regardless of whether we approve of it or not. Yeah, that is correct. But we could do a whole lot more. We could do a whole lot more with the money. The money we sent to Ukraine.
Oh my gosh.
Could solve so many problems here in the United States if it was properly used. However, here
we would have
is
housed all homeless veterans.
Hang on. We should have done more than just house all homeless veterans. The problem is we cannot responsibly spend money within the United States.
No, we can't.
These senators, these politicians, they expect the return to them.
Yep. They need to wear on their sleeves all their supporters.
What?
All right, and let's talk about OPM. Does anybody know what that is?
What is it?
It's called other people's money.
Oh, okay. It don't matter if it's not yours.
They don't give a crap about how they spend this money, because the fact is they pretend like it's just printed off of nothing, and they're sitting there, they're being laissez-faire about the money that they're spending, and the reality of it is our taxes go out the window. Yep. And we get to essentially go after Ukraine, and then we get to sit there and employ people to come after us for more taxes. Give us a break. Ukraine is ridiculous.
Look at that last what is it? The Inflation Reduction Act.
Oh my gosh.
Which did nothing to reduce inflation, but was more of a spending bill that was supposed to fix the infrastructure of the United States, which still is broken.
Big time.
Which is still broken. We still have roads that do not work.
What needles, for example.
What happened to all the money for the I-11 corridor that was supposed to be rocking hard right now?
They spent it on hookers and coke.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't spend it on this hooker. That's for fucking sure.
What about the bullet train in California?
Well, that was going nowhere to begin with. You knew that. But I still have this great big pile. I still have this great big pile of Coca-Cola stacked over here in the corner of my room. So they're not spending it on me. I'll give them.
That's unfortunate, Misty.
Well, it is. I really hate Coca-Cola. My daughter loves it. Kidding.
What about Dr. Pepper?
Is there a dog in the picture there?
Did you see him?
Mountain Dew.
Right there.
I want a Mountain Dew and the puppy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you'd want this one. This is
that's a Malinois.
He's a handful. He's a Belgian Malinois.
Well, I got 36 acres, so.
Oh yeah, you would love him.
He'd be super happy then.
Yeah, he'd love it. You haven't met Tundra yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Tundra is a sweetheart. Well, you've seen the picture of her up on the wall.
I actually haven't met you either, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come in and meet you.
You'll have to come in on a Saturday at noon.
Yeah, I will.
But we spend money hand over fist on things that do not matter.
We do, big time.
We give money to things. Now, what kind of capitalism is this called? This is called crony capitalism, not capitalism, but crony
Ooh,
capitalism.
that is a good word. Yes.
Well, that's one of my $10 words.
Well, all of our congressmen, all of our senators, all of our presidents, except for the last one, go into office with this amount of money, and they come out with this amount of money.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
How do you make that on less than $500,000 a year? The president makes that less than $500,000 a year. Congressmen make less than $200,000 a year. How do you come up with that kind of money, honestly, and be multimillionaires? There's something wrong with that picture.
Number one, you hit the keyword there, probably unintentionally. That is honestly, and
right.
we have a great amount of dishonesty in our in our politics, and this ranges from everywhere from local to county to state to federal. We have a tremendous amount of dishonesty in our politics. Take a look at Needles. Take a look at the Bullhead City School Districts. Take a look at the Bullhead City.
That's why I got on council. That's why I ran for council and got on council, so I can make that little bit of difference.
You know, I keep getting told by my other half. He says, honey, I don't know why you keep doing this. You're not going to make any difference. So I decided,
you do.
I you know what I did is I'm currently running for state senate against Hildy Angus, and because I'm running against the individuals that essentially are the deep state, or what I would like to say the
deep
swamp
county.
Deep county.
They have decided to remove me from all state chair positions. They've decided to remove me from all Republican positions. I mean, they're coming at me.
How can they do that? How can they do that?
Oh, it's a mess. You know what their claim is? Their claim is my lack of leadership and the fact that I don't listen to my chairwoman.
Yeah. Okay. Well, President Trump didn't listen to anybody either. He had no political experience whatsoever.
That's what I'm trying to say is right now, I've got a lot of people in the county. They're like, "Oh, Ashley, you're like the Mohave County Trump," because essentially they're all throwing me out of this area because I just speak the truth. I don't hold back, and if I don't like what they're doing or what they're saying or what they're like doing to the people, then I call them out on it. And the reality of it is even down to the small wire, right? We have liars amongst every office that you can think of.
You know it.
Well, and here's the other thing, Ashley. And I believe I told you this on Saturday, and I was extremely serious when I said this on Saturday as well. You have your county and state Republican Party headquarters. They are not lawmakers. They are not elected by a body politic to do anything other than fundraise for other Republicans.
Touche.
They don't set policy. They don't set. They don't create laws. They are an internal Republican Party membership. They are not even leadership.
So why, Misty? Why do they think that they have so much power?
Because every single one of those people have delusions of grandeur.
Right, but think about this. The other question, the follow-up question is, why do people in our party that are PCs give them so much power?
Good question.
They are all out of their effing minds. I try to talk to these people and I say, hey, this person's lying to you. They are not being accurate. They are taking literal playbooks out of the Maricopa Democratic Handbook, and they are like, but you know what?
Yeah,
but
Maricopa County sucks shit.
They're our leader. Why are our people are even like, I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care if you're Democratic, I don't care if you're woke, I don't care if you're middle line. The fact is, why are you looking to other people and what they say and taking it for granted? Ashley,
at least you're dealing with Arizona. I'm dealing with California. Talk
You
about
poor thing.
a pain in the ass. Oh my gosh, dealing with anything,
I can only imagine.
anything in California, it's a nightmare. And I'm like you are. It sounds like I buck the system. I buck what people are doing. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not a yes sir, yes ma'am type of guy. I'm gonna read my agenda, and I'm gonna go through my agenda, and then I'm gonna study it. Then I'm gonna read it backwards. Then I'm gonna highlight it, and then I'm gonna pull out the bullet points, and I'm gonna talk about them.
No, I'm going to bring up something. Ashley, you're a lawyer, correct?
I am a lawyer, but I am not a licensed attorney. Yes.
Okay. in other words, you haven't passed the bar yet.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, but you have your doctorate.
You know what, Ashley? If you took the test, right?
I did. I should
Yeah.
probably, instead of sitting here at 8:44 at night and hanging out with you guys, I should probably be studying. But
I know
instead,
a lot of
so
people.
much fun.
I know a lot of people that have taken it 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
That's fine and dandy. Thank God we only invited you on for one night.
What?
We only
you mean
do
Ashley's not a regular?
She can be if she wants, but that's every Tuesday night. That's not every night of the week.
Oh, that's right.
But
we want to see your face on there, though. What's up with that?
Well, because
I'll make it happen next time.
Okay.
That's because she is off the grid.
Yeah.
I
didn't realize.
I don't know. She's got the internet. That's not really off the grid.
Well,
37 acres? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm in Golden Valley. I don't even have electricity. I use a generator to have electricity. So
nice.
Right now I'm on my phone and I'm literally staying in one spot so I don't lose you.
You gotta meet a buddy of mine there. Our buddy Thomas Bond.
I'll have to meet him.
Yeah, his father was Butch on the Little Rascals.
Aw.
Yeah, and he's the son of him, and he's really strong Republican, big time strong Republican.
Okay, we've gotten off the topic where I was stirring things.
Well, that's where he lives. That's where he lives.
I understand that. But we've gotten off that topic.
I'm talking to Ashley.
Ashley is a lawyer. Okay, she hasn't passed the state bar yet.
Yeah, she's a lawyer.
Fine.
She's already done all the school.
When she does, okay, she's going to be taking an oath.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be taking an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of Arizona, from all enemies, foreign and domestic. It's the same oath that politicians take.
Correct.
Before going into office.
You have your fingers crossed, so.
Exactly. Well, and she also is a member of the Bullhead City, which school district or combined?
Did we lose her?
We may have lost that one. She may be over here. Are you over there, Ashley?
I'm good. Are you hearing me now?
Hearing you now.
All right, I'm on the Colorado River Union High School District.
Okay. You are one of them that like to crush the souls out of teenagers. Gotcha.
How's that make you feel, Ashley?
I'd rather crush the souls of the indoctrinators, but
there you go.
This is true, but that's a joke I made to one person that's no longer on the board. That really pissed me off. So you didn't piss me off. I just thought I'd share it with you.
Not yet. Yeah.
Awesome. I love hearing that.
But
that's me all the way.
The thing of it is, okay, you took an oath to uphold and defend, even on the school board.
Yes.
Why can't politicians, elected leaders, lawyers, judges, policemen, everyone who has taken that oath realize that they're not swearing allegiance to a piece of paper with some words on it. They're swearing their allegiance and protection and defense of the first 3 words of the Constitution, We the people. Because that's what that Constitution represents. We the fucking people.
No,
Now,
not the fucking people.
Hey, my interpretation, your interpretation. I mean, hell, your favorite joke is a lawyer, a preacher, and a tranny walk into a radio station.
And a politician.
but oh no, we lost her again. But seriously, Henry, we have a moral obligation, those of us who have taken the oath, to actually practice that oath in all of our affairs,
as well as a legal obligation,
especially when sitting in office.
Yep. And no one takes the legal obligation of that. They don't. The legal obligation of upholding the oath. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. They don't. Nobody gets prosecuted for it either.
No, you know what? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I think the problem lies in the fact that we don't have what's called accountability anymore.
Correct.
And so even like Henry's saying, there's nothing there. There's no repercussions for people's actions anymore unless they don't line up with the status quo. And so essentially, if you are a woke individual that essentially goes with, the modern day societal habits like equity and, climate change and all of these things, you are against the grain. And so the only person that essentially is getting, actually having to hold accountability is those individuals that don't necessarily align with that agenda. And so politicians, lawyers, first responders, all of these individuals, if they don't align with the uniparty agenda, those are the ones that you see that are holding up accountability. The other ones, like I was talking about earlier, they're the ones that essentially are saying, oh, well, if you dress like a slut, you're going to get raped, right? Like, and I don't mean that in a bad sense. I mean it in an analogy where if you're doing poorly or you're doing something that will invite that sort of behavior, and it's on, you're good to go.
That doesn't make it okay.
Right, it doesn't, but that's the world we live in. That is
it is.
The reality.
It is. It really is.
And that once again is the victim mentality that we want to that we're living in. Okay, where we purposely seek out our own victimhood.
Right. Right, but the only people that can actually be victims, Misty, are the ones that fall in line with the agenda.
That's
the
right.
other people that
right.
talk about truths and realities, they can't claim any victimhood because then they should have done something differently.
And you're absolutely correct. However, that's not how they look at it. Okay, come on. I could play the victim card and have both of you crying in a heartbeat. I'm not going to. I could come down to Henry. I could come down to Needles and rule the roost just because I'm transsexual.
Okay.
Are you? Go ahead and ask me. Why don't I?
Why don't you? Is that Ashley?
Yes, it is. Welcome back.
Do I not get to hear Henry this way?
You can't hear me.
Yeah, you can't hear Henry this way.
I'm still talking, but you can't hear me.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, I'm losing service, so
I'm sorry about that. I really am, but it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. You're really
Well, Ashley, you're gonna have to go to the radio station and do it from there.
Well, at this point, I'm gonna probably bow out because I keep losing service. So, if you'll have me on again, I'd be happy to come on.
Anytime.
Is there anything else you want me to talk about?
I don't. It's anything.
It's open. It's the raw.
It's the raw. We have frank discussions about anything and everything. If it's pissing us off, you can talk about it.
That's right.
If it's making you happy, you can talk about it. But the idea, like I said, the idea is to have frank, raw discussions with no holes barred.
No censorship.
Love it.
No
I love
censorship.
it, and I want to appreciate.
And the thing is, even if we disagree, we're still going to be friends in the end.
Wow, that's like rare.
What a concept!
Oh, I know
That's rare nowadays.
It goes totally against the grain, doesn't it? But
it sure does.
It's
raw.
My fellow Americans are not my fucking enemies.
Foreign and domestic.
Amen. Well, Misty, it was a pleasure. Henry, I know you can't hear me, or I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Your dog was super cute, and I appreciate you guys having me on the show. I'm going to bow out, and then I will talk to you guys soon.
Oh, absolutely, Ashley. And thank you so very much for joining us tonight. And you're welcome again any Tuesday night you want to come on.
Yes, sir.
All
ma'am.
Right. Ma'am, whatever. It's ma'am.
Misty. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night. Have a great night. Thanks for calling. Oh my goodness gracious. That was actually wonderful.
Yes, it was great having Ashley on. I can't wait till next week when she has her picture up there and it actually looks real.
Well,
but our phone number is
928-476-0331 is the number if you want to join the conversation.
And our email or our post office box is.
I'll let you know in a minute. Johnny says, I thought Ashley was your daughter. I was going to ask her if she hooked up with Corey in the restroom at the nightclub in Nashville.
Freaking Johnny.
She is a talk show host on KTOX, Johnny, on Saturday at noon.
From noon to 1.
From noon to 1. That'd be 3 to 4 your time on Saturday.
Yes. And you can call her, Johnny.
Yes, absolutely.
And you tell her 3 more hours.
Yeah, 3 more hours. No, she's a good person, and I really enjoyed having her on.
Yeah, she ran for mayor and wasn't successful the last time in Bullhead City, and now she's running for state senate. I think she is still. She said she was, but they said they ostracized her, so I don't know if she still is.
She can run.
Okay,
right. They're removing her from her seat in the Republican headquarter party.
Yeah, I disagree with that stuff.
So do I. I mean, it's petty bullshit. Okay, like I said, the Republican Party, okay, the local Republican parties do not make law. They do not make policy. The only thing the only thing they are there to do is cheerlead for whoever's running for a particular office. They're there to raise money. They're there to raise awareness. They're there to, knock on doors and say, hey, Ashley Garrett is running for a state. We like her.
And Ashley's really young too, so she's got a long political career ahead of her if she wants to continue it. And like her other half says, you're not getting anywhere. You are. When you do that little bit, you're getting somewhere.
Johnny, you're killing me, man.
What's he saying now?
He says, I promise I won't tell a husband that she hooked up with Corey in the restroom at a nightclub in Nashville.
No, you just told him.
Oh, my good Lord. Anyway. 928-476-0331 is the number if you want to join in the conversation. Of course, you can also send us postcards, packages, letters.
I didn't get a birthday present.
To the Raw, P.O. Box 22014, Bullhead City, Arizona 86442. That's right. You can
Johnny, I expected a birthday present from you.
Oh, I expected a
I
lot.
didn't get it.
I expected the Staten Island Ferry from Johnny.
Yeah.
And got nothing but a hard time.
Oh, that's good though, isn't it? Never mind.
But no, I actually enjoyed having Ashley on. She was a very delightful guest, young, energetic, and I like it when people can speak their own minds.
Yes, and the good thing is too is I'm glad she's a dog lover, because I was worried about coming in with Tundra, because I always come in the studio with Tundra, and I don't want to offend people. So I do that everywhere I go. You know what? I went to the
who really wants equal rights anyway.
I went to the 1010, which is our 1010 for Taiwan and the United States. It's a thing of needles that we have that we celebrate. That's our national holiday, is 1010, October 10th, and we did the 1010 at 10 a.m. in the morning. We did the celebration because we're like a sister city to them, and we've been doing it the last 50 years.
My goodness!
And I sat next to the people that run that Los Angeles the headquarters there for the Chinese consulate. I sat next to them, and first thing I did is ask them, "Are you afraid of dogs?" Because a lot of Asians are. And the lady said, "Oh gosh, no, I love them." And I go, "You want to say hi?" And she waves her hand. I go, "Oh no, Tundra, come here and say hi." She just all over Tundra. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. But it was a great event. It was a great event we had. I'm glad I went to it. It was just hot.
Yeah.
And we're right in the middle of the sun. They brought their marching band. The Needles marching band was there. They did their celebration. They rose their flag below ours, of course. But they rose their flag there and celebrated. We did our national anthem. They did their national anthem, and it's called uniting.
Actually, Henry, they didn't have to raise their flag below ours. And one nation's flag can be on equal footing. One can't be above the other.
Yeah. Well, what they did is they put up a flagpole there that was just a little bit shorter than ours.
That's fine.
They did it out of respect for our country. That's why they did it.
Johnny says this: "I'm sending you a cock ring for the big fat microphone you have there." Okay. So, but anyway, the discussions we've had tonight were really good. Like I said, I enjoyed having Ashley here. She's a great person. I honestly wish I'd started listening to her program a while ago. I really did.
I did. I asked you that. Have you listened to Ashley? You go, no. And it's like, okay. I mean,
well,
I understand the deal with the station and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But she's pretty cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. And I'm like I said, I'm glad to know her. I'm glad to have her associated with the Raw.
Yeah, I've talked to her. I was happy when you said that. Yeah,
she's welcome anytime. Matter of fact, any of the K Talks people are welcome. Hell, I'd even have Hagwood on.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
I've been trying to get Billy and Tara on, but they're passed out.
Right. Yeah, Billy gets up early. Tara's at a different state.
I'd like to have others on, but it is what it is. And
yeah, if you ever want to get on the show, give us a call at Miss Rob.
I can't see it.
I can't see it.
928-476-0331.
And I don't have it memorized.
Of course not.
855-586-9134.
Exactly. Go ahead and call into the station right now. See what you get. Just put on hold.
You'll hear what's on right now. I don't know.
What is on right now? That's a good question. But no, tonight we were talking about what the hell's going on in the world and how that's going to affect us. And I'm a firm believer that we are setting ourselves up to be vulnerable to attack from within. And
absolutely. We've set ourselves up hard time for that. Hardcore.
Yeah. With our open border policy right now, we don't even know where these people are.
Nope.
I mean, it was just last week I was reading an article where they've lost track of 3 million children.
Of course, yeah. And you know where they're at.
As sickening as it is, I'm afraid you're correct.
Yeah, and that's you
Now-
can see it if you don't believe it in writing. Look at the videos of them coming over our border and running and the
hell, a lot of them aren't even running. They're just sitting. They come in, they sit down, they wait for their free cell phone and travel pass and court date that they'll never show up to, and
which is 3 years down the road.
American government check, and they go check into a hotel someplace,
which they pay for,
and camp out.
We pay for.
We're paying.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
we
paying
pay
for that. Yeah.
And we're not taking care of the needs of citizens of the United States.
Sure.
I'm not just talking about disabled veterans. I'm not talking about homeless veterans. I'm not even talking about the homeless. I'm talking about everybody as a whole.
Yeah. Who wrote that song? It's no fun being an illegal alien.
I don't know.
You know what I say about that?
That's not true anymore.
Because it is fun being an illegal alien. I'm thinking about being one.
Well, I'll tell you how you can do it.
You denounce your citizenship, you go over to Mexico, and you sneak back over here.
Exactly.
Then you're an illegal alien. I would make more money than I make now.
Well, the thing is, you come here, and then you claim asylum.
Yeah.
Get your court date, and then go back to work doing whatever the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get all that extra money from them, which is unaccounted for.
Mm-hmm.
Not taxed, not Social Security, but where'd they get the money from? Social Security. And they say, well, we don't have money in Social Security. Why? Because you give it all the illegal aliens. What's up, Chuck?
I'm eating garlic and sipping vodka. I know all you were thinking, what the hell is Chuck doing?
I wondered. I was really, that was really getting to me.
I was getting to me too.
Yeah, I'm glad you told us, Chuck. And I bet you're not sipping vodka; you're guzzling it.
I want to take a break.
Okay.
I need to take a break because I gotta go. I gotta go fight. I'm almost out of Mountain Dew. Okay?
Go get that. I gotta put mine.
I only have that much of Mountain Dew left in my 1 liter bottle.
Oh no!
This is a state of misty emergency. Okay.
Go handle it. It's 9. It's 9. It's top of the hour.
I know.
Let's do the top of the hour.
All right, we'll be right back. It is the Raw.
Time Call Taxi is here for all your transportation needs, whether it's a ride to work, the store, or anywhere. Time Call Taxi is here for you. Call 928-763-1010, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going out to paint the town red? Call Time Call Taxi and get to and from your fun in a timely and safe manner. Call Time Call Taxi, 763-1010. That's 763-1010.
Learn how to defend yourself and your loved one. Kingman Force on Force. Krav Maga, empty hands, edge weapons, firearms training. Train like law enforcement with our virtual range simulator. AZCCW classes, free gun safety classes. Our instructors are AZDPS licensed, NRA certified, and former Combat Special Forces. 3001 Stockton Hill Road, Kingman, Arizona. www.kingmanforsumcourse.com.
I'm Rob Hansen.
And I'm Henry Longbreak, along with Tundra.
And KTOX 1340 AM, we are pleased to support the Mohave County Sheriff's K-9 Foundation.
The Mohave County K-9 Foundation teams with the Mohave County Sheriff Department to keep our county safer. It increases deputy safety, and the dogs are highly visible deterrents against robberies, burglaries, and drug dealing.
K-9s can save time clearing buildings. It takes less than the quarter of the time that it would take a deputy on his own.
K-9s can track juvenile runaways, missing elderly persons, fleeing suspects, and provide comfort to traumatized victims.
For more information about the Mohave County Sheriff's K-9 Foundation, or you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation or host a fundraising event that includes a K-9 demonstration, call John Sanchelli at 651-270-0920 or go online at www.mcsk9f.com.
The Mohave County Sheriff K-9 Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Okay, this is the target house.
Yeah, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like sun came up outside.
You in the house. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
The opinions voiced on the Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Reuben Broadcasting or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Reuben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck Fauci. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it and they call him racist. We the people. Let's go, Brandon. We the people. Let's go, Brandon.
Oh my goodness gracious me, mercy sakes alive, it is The Raw. Of course, Henry is an empty chair right now, so I'm going to remove him until he sits back down. 928-476-0331 is the number. Everyone joining the conversation. It was really great having Ashley on tonight. She was a lot of fun to have. I've been texting her up, and she says this is so much fun. Yeah, that's the idea behind this is, frank and honest discussions, a lot of fun, and just enjoying life. Like I said, I wish I could do a whole bunch more of those, but I do have a very serious question that I do have to answer. This is from Johnny. He says, "What's with these cheese balls behind you, Misty? I thought the goal was to get rid of a couple." Johnny,
oh my goodness.
These are cheesy poofs. They're not cheese balls. They're cheesy poofs. Well, I guess I could say cheese balls on it. But
cheesy gonads?
Poofs. Cheesy poofs.
Cheesy gonads. Come on.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck off, Henry.
Don't you whatever. Fuck off, you too.
That's my emergency food. Okay, I'm prepared for Armageddon. I have cheesy poofs. I have an AR-15. I have Mountain Dew, and I have cigarettes. So, this and a half a tank of gasoline, I'm ready for anything. As soon as I find my sunglasses.
Gotta have sunglasses.
Gotta have sunglasses.
Make sure your other two broke down cars have like a little less than an eighth of a tank of gas, because they make good bombs.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Anyway, 928-476-0331. Almost gave the wrong number. 928-476-0331. Of course, you can send us your letters and packages.
Yes.
To the Raw at P.O. Box 22014, Bullhead City, Arizona 86442. I'm waiting for somebody to send me at least a freaking postcard. Chuck.
What's up, Chuck? Damn it,
Anyway.
Postcard time.
So you were at City Council tonight.
I was.
Mm-hmm. How'd that turn out?
I was. It actually turned out pretty good. We swore in Patrick Martinez as the new city manager and Rainey Torrance as our utilities manager. And now, mind you, Rainey Torrance just doesn't do utilities manager. She does everything. She writes all the grants. She's written $30 million worth of grants last year.
Ah, gotcha.
That's incredible for a town like ours. And we've used it for a park we have for the lighting. We've used it. Oh my gosh!
And Chuck has it right. A plastic jug of MSG heaven.
There you go. When the places says no MSG, I go, no, I want MSG, please.
Well, no. The thing is that also makes really great fishing bait.
Yeah.
Cheesy poofs make really good fish bait.
Yeah.
They dissolve real quick, but fish love them. Fish love them. Yes, Pall Mall cigarettes. I can't afford anything else.
Pall Malls.
Mm-hmm.
They still have Pall Malls? Is that where you smoke?
Yes, Henry, that's what I smoke. You've been sitting at the same desk with me for how long now?
I don't smoke. I wouldn't.
Jesus.
I'm almost 30 days off of them. Christmas Day will mark 30 years off of cigarettes.
Send your big Glock picture to Henry. No, if you're gonna send Henry anything, you send him. You send it to this address.
Right.
P.O. Box 22014, Bullhead City, Arizona 86442. Don't send it to the 100 Balboa place.
No.
We won't get it.
No.
That's all there's to it. We just will not be able to get it.
We've been having
marksman. You keep missing the target.
So there you go, Johnny. Sorry, I think I interrupted what you were saying.
Don't miss the target.
Don't miss the target. You keep missing
P.O. Box
the target.
22014, Bullhead City, Arizona 86442.
There you go. Yeah, that's exactly it right there. And I'll take that off. Oh my goodness gracious me.
Yeah, they
Johnny says Pall Mall cigarettes are old lady cigarettes. I got news for you, pal. I smoked Parliament Lights. They're East Coast. The East Coast boys showed me that.
Do you remember Kent cigarettes?
Yeah, I've seen Kent's. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad used to smoke Kent's. And,
up until about I don't know. Up until about the end of the Obama administration, I smoked Marlboros. Because I could afford to smoke Marlboro. Now they're like $9, $10, $11 a pack, and I can't really afford these either. But for some reason, they're harder to kick than heroin.
That's what I hear sometimes.
Well, it is what it is. And do I enjoy smoking? Actually, yes, I do. Sorry. I'm just going to be honest with myself and everybody else. Yes, I do enjoy smoking. Do I wish I could quit smoking? Yeah, actually, I do wish I could quit smoking because it'd save me a shit ton of money. It's a carton of cigarettes is nearly $100.
I know.
That's ain't cool, pal.
When I quit, I quit for a while. That said, when they, I quit, and then when I came back, they were $1 a pack, and I go, dang! When they get to $2 a pack, I gotta quit again. And I did.
Now,
and I did. I quit when they were $2 a pack. In 1993.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? No. Okay. Sure thing. Somebody sent me a text message.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all right.
Someone sent me one too.
Yeah, well,
Sean O'Brien.
Now, what we're looking at here in the near future, of course, tomorrow. Now, here's what I think. I think that the Republicans are doing behind closed doors. They don't want the fiasco that they had when they voted.
Right.
They want to come out. They want to come out on the floor, have a public vote, and then install a new Speaker of the House, without showing the world how much big assholes they are. Well, I'm sorry. Moving this to 3:00 tomorrow afternoon when I'm going to be out of town and away from my computer is jackassery of the utmost. So maybe I'll pull up the replay of it and we'll talk about it later. I don't know, but it seems to me, Henry, that they just are not interested, like you, in serving the country, serving their constituency.
Unlike me, okay.
Well, no, like you. You're
Like
sitting
me,
there you're staring at your phone.
Who are you? No, I was looking at what's going on.
What's going on?
I lost it. It was something really good too. Darn it!
Trust me, that happened a long time.
Well, you know Mary Lou Redden. Remember her?
She right now she has a she's very sick.
Very rare type of pneumonia, and she's been in ICU for the last week straight, and she's not breathing on her own. And her daughter put out this message for prayers, and they have a GoFundMe because she has absolutely no insurance.
Yeah,
she's only 55 years old. Yeah. Poor girl.
Yeah.
Poor girl. She was a great gymnast. Oh my gosh.
She was.
She was the first one that got perfect 10s.
Now, you want to hear something that'll piss you off?
No. I'm going to anyway, though.
You're going to anyway. Today, Ashley Babbitt would have been 38 years old.
That pisses me off.
Of course, if you don't know who she is, she was gunned down by a Capitol policeman.
Yes.
In the Capitol for no reason whatsoever.
No reason whatsoever, and the guy got away with it.
Of course he did.
Yeah, got away with it. Same guy that left his gun unattended in the bathroom.
Not once but twice. He's been a disciplinary. He's been a disciplinary case for a long time.
Yeah.
Now, do you know who Mia Khalifa is?
What, wasn't that the wife of Anthony Weiner?
No.
Okay, no, I don't then.
No. Mia Khalifa is a well, lack of a better word, a porn star. Okay. She has a OnlyFans page. She does this and does that. She's been in Playboy before and a whole lot a whole lot of things. She recently posted tweets and coming out in support of Hezbollah. And Playboy took exception to that. Okay, because they have an association with her and they've decided to end that relationship with her over that. And of course, a lot of people are calling foul. Oh, this is just cancel culture because you disagree with somebody. Yes and no. Number one, Playboy is a publisher. Okay, and this is where the fine line between what is censorship and what is not censorship exists. Playboy is a publisher. They take full responsibility for everything that they put out. Okay. Where a social media platform like Twitter or Facebook or YouTube is not a publisher. They are a platform. Insists that the content creator take responsibility for the content that they put out. In other words, self-censorship. Playboy ended its relationship, and rightfully so, I believe, because they do not want to be associated with somebody who believes that what Hezbollah did to his innocent Israelis is a good thing.
Well,
so what do you think? Is Playboy over the line trying to?
No. I was just thinking of what they do in professional sports. There's a code of conduct.
Correct.
And a code of conduct, and if you're not following that code of conduct, you get kicked out of the NFL, the NBA, the Major League Baseball. You get kicked out of it. You got to follow the code of conduct. The code of conduct, I'm sure, has something to do with that same thing. I mean, you do something wrong, you got to follow their rules, and that's a part of being in their arena. Now with Playboy, that's their arena, and there's rules to be in that arena. If you break those rules to be in that arena, they're allowed to get rid of you. Period, because it's their arena.
Right.
They have a right to do that. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's their rules. You have a choice not to join those rules.
Okay, Chuck, you knock yourself out, man.
He's going to what?
He's going to go smoke a joint.
Go smoke a joint.
Go smoke a joint.
I recused myself on an issue today.
I don't care.
Which you could see on City Council. It's open now.
Oh, you did? What?
I did. It was a consumption lounge.
Now, why did you recuse yourself of it? Do you have something to do with it?
I recused myself because I don't think I could vote a fair and impartial decision because of my my beliefs on recovery and my beliefs on what the cannabis will do to you, cause hospitalization, death.
Okay.
And all. I talked with the attorney about it, and we came up with that decision to just recuse myself from it.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's a personal. Johnny says, even if you don't like what people say, you shouldn't ban anything. Let the court of public opinion make that decision. In a lot of ways, Johnny, you're correct. However, and I'm going to stress this a lot. A private business, a publisher, such as a newspaper or even Playboy, Hustler, Penthouse, I don't care. They take personal responsibility for the content that they publish.
And if a person's in there, that's their responsibility.
And a person that they associate with is their responsibility. If they come to terms where they can't agree with each other, it's time to split the sheets. They can divorce themselves from that person, say, I don't agree with what this person is saying, and the matter drops. However, I believe she firmly has the right to say whatever the fuck she wants to say. She has, made herself out to be quite a nasty piece of work, where she was celebrating Hamas attacks on Israel and the murder of innocent people. She went a step further and encouraged members of the terrorist group to flip their phones and record their violent acts horizontally rather than vertically in 4K quality. In other words, record your murders so we can see clearly what you're doing, so we can celebrate more. I think Playboy has a right to divorce itself from those
yes.
that opinion. Now
she's doing it on her own. That's freedom of speech.
That's freedom of speech, and I will go to the wall to defend it.
Yeah, good, bad, or indifferent. It's freedom of speech.
Good, bad, or defend it.
Yeah, and we know, and obviously, my opinion is it's bad.
Yeah,
I don't have to watch it.
Now, she said in a tweet, I just want to make sure there's 4K footage of my people breaking down the walls and opening of the open air prison they've been forced out of their homes and into, so we have a good options for history books and write about how they freed themselves from apartheid. I stand with all the people fighting oppression, and now and always do your research before begging for my investment in your little project. I'm from Lebanon. You're insane for expecting me to be on the side of colonialism, you fucking weirdos. Okay. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, sweetie pie.
You whore.
Yeah.
And I have a right to say that too.
Well, you're right, Johnny. She didn't publish that in
Code of Conduct.
Playboy.
Code of Conduct.
She didn't, but Playboy found her opinions made in the public square to be offensive enough to separate herself from the nonsense. So
if you sign a contract, Code of Conduct contract, they have a right to do that.
I don't know what kind of contract, I don't know what kind of agreement they had. I don't care. I honestly don't give a shit. The thing is, Playboy is a private publisher, okay, and they have a right to distance themselves from that opinion. Just like K Talks, if I started, screaming Allah Akbar and wishing the deaths of Christians,
yeah,
even outside of K Talks, Steve Rubin has the right to separate me from my employment.
That's right.
And say, I'm sorry, man, your views are too far out there.
Yep.
Have a nice life.
Because it can destroy the radio station. It can destroy Playboy.
Well, the thing is, we're a publisher.
Yep.
We are a publisher. K Talks is a publisher. They take personal responsibility for their content. Just like the Raw is, well, it's our baby. We are responsible for the content that we push forward.
That we're just raving maniacs.
Well, of course, we're raving maniacs, but still, we're responsible for our raving lunacy.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to do that. Do I allow other people to come on and spout their nonsense? Absolutely. I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to, but this is like with Ashley Garrett tonight. She had a wonderful time. And
that's cool.
But she could speak her piece as well.
Yeah, she can.
And I'm sure I'm sure Ashley and I do not see eye to eye on all subjects.
I can tell that. I can tell that already, that her and I don't either. Hildy Angus, right now, I like her. I don't know the full ins and outs of her. I really don't. She's informing me a little bit more, which
Hildy Angus has been a useful tool.
Uh-huh.
That's as far as I'm going to go into
Okay.
it tonight.
Okay.
She's been a useful tool. Now let's find out what John has. Both sides are ridiculous and acting like morons. Terrorists are the worst people on the planet, but both sides will never get along. That's true. This is true. I'm not going to argue. But what's happening over there right now is absolutely insane in the membrane.
In the membrane.
Insane in the
Insane
brain.
in the membrane.
But we have an individual responsibility to either share in the views or argue the views of somebody else. And we can distance ourselves anytime we want from the opinions of anybody else.
Sure.
There are things that you and I disagree on. Vehemently. Yet you are a very, 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 very dear friend, and I refuse to distance myself from you, but we've made it clear that we disagree on several points. The thing is, it's okay.
It is okay. It is okay. There's a lot with nowadays. It's like, you don't agree with me, fuck you. I don't want to talk to you no more.
Well, I say that to you all the time.
Oh no, in joking way.
But for some reason, you keep talking to me. Well, what happens is Thunder comes and whispers in my ear and says, "Look, he's just a stupid human. Breathe." I say, "Okay." I give her scratches at a nylobone.
Well, now I remember a few years back, this girl unfriended me from social media, and then it was just shortly after that, she friend requested me. And it's like I put a post up that says, if you delete me and then give me a friend request back, there would be a $50 reconnection charge. And there's nothing that happened after that. Now, do I like her? Yeah, she's a neat girl. She was fun. I mean, not a girlfriend or nothing. She was just a fun girl. Now, there was another girl that I really liked. We had great girl. Now, our political views, or because of my political views, she unfriended me. That is so wrong.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, there used to be a saying. Okay, never. Well, it used to be a freaking rule. Don't discuss your religion or your politics with anybody.
Yeah,
those are supposed to be private matters.
Yeah.
Now, that would make for an awful boring radio program.
It would.
Right.
It would.
However, I choose to discuss religion. I choose to discuss politics. I choose to discuss what side of issues I'm on. I mean, I love Jim dearly.
Yes.
I mean, he is an awesome guy. He and I disagree on some pretty intense topics.
Yeah.
Do I respect him any less for it? No, because those are his opinions. Even though he's coming at those opinions honestly. And that's the thing that we need to understand.
Correct.
People come by their opinions honestly.
Correct.
Now, some of them are ill-informed. Some of them are very informed. Jim comes by his religious opinions via his religious training. Okay, his spiritual training. I come across mine just as honestly from my investigations and trying to correlate things. But do I hate him for his views?
Oh, hell no.
I should hate you for your views, but I don't.
Bitch.
Yeah, I am what I am. And that's all that I am.
Oh, Tundra's coming when I said that. No, she's not. I know
no,
Dylan isn't.
No, but in all seriousness, but if it was you haven't, your views aren't so far misaligned,
Right.
that I have to.
Well, it's the same with you and me. You know, they're not that far misaligned that you know we can agree to disagree, even with people that are so far left. I can agree to disagree with them and have a good time with them,
Well,
as long as they they don't talk their political views. I don't talk mine. You know, we get along great. There's one person I know that's
right now. There's this trend on TikTok and YouTube of people coming on and saying, of asking us to be friends with one another.
Asking what?
Okay, asking to be friends with one another. These are black
Okay.
people asking white people to be friends with them if they don't believe in the bullshit. There's
Mhm.
also these trend to these videos. Let's say there are no white people, there are no black people, there are only people with better tans. And which of course the victims out there are finding incredibly hurtful.
What?
Yes, the victims are finding that incredibly hurtful. You're a race traitor. You don't believe in the black struggle. I believe in the human struggle.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe in the species. I believe in humanity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have no tan at all. You want to see my belly?
No.
It'll blind you. Just a little.
That's white.
I'm beyond white. Okay, I'm glaring. Biden must be liking the distraction in the news. It's almost like he has something to do with it. Yep. Saturday morning, when Hezbollah attacked, there was no 3 a.m. wake up for the president. He didn't know anything happened until hours and hours and hours later. That's how disconnected the potato is from reality. He doesn't wake up for emergencies. He doesn't wake up when atrocities happen.
Doesn't take.
What I haven't heard him say is talk about the Americans who were killed or the Americans who are being held hostage.
Yeah, I know, huh?
If Trump was in office, that's all he'd be talking about. That's all he'd be tweeting about. That's all he'd be focused on.
Yeah.
And I can almost guarantee if he had been president, none of this
wouldn't have happened.
None of this would have happened.
Nope.
This has been allowed to happen.
Yep.
This has continued to happen, and we are being drawn into a war not of our making, that we will have no choice to fight.
Right.
Because
they're within.
Because this is what they want. And this could very well spell the end of us, especially if they take us out from within.
Yep.
The military is not of strength. Man-wise, person-wise, they've had an incredibly hard time recruiting into all branches.
Mm-hmm.
They're not up to strength. What happens if we have to start deploying people? Do we reinstitute a draft? Do we start taking our best and brightest into compulsory military service? because we're so stupid that we're getting ready to enter a fight that's on so many fronts that we can't pay attention anymore. While we've invited these people to live amongst us, not because we wanted them here, but because they came and they claimed something that wasn't rightfully theirs to claim. Draft women first. Johnny, I'm putting your name in at the top of the list.
That's right. He's still a military age.
But time will tell. Time will tell as we go forward. Time will tell as we progress through these next few days. Let's see if the House of Representatives can pull its head out of its ass and actually.
Oh my gosh, they have to now, right now.
They should have been last week.
Yes.
Do you remember when I said this is the worst possible time they could have decapitated themselves?
Yep.
That turned out to be more prophetic than I care to think about.
Yep. Yep. Perfect time for a strike somewhere.
The intelligence failures of the Assad, that would be the Israeli intelligence group,
mm-hmm.
and the United States, has been almost complete. Nobody saw this coming. We woke up to it as a shock.
Mm-hmm.
They carried out massacres against people, innocent people. And do you know what the crime is, Henry? They disarmed their people.
Yep, they did.
They took away their right to keep and bear arms.
Right.
You would think a group that has been persecuted throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
That is very loud, by the way.
Would know better.
Would know better.
I did it right in front of the microphone. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Would know better. And allow their citizenry to be armed at all times.
Yeah.
You cannot enslave an armed society.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot walk through the streets slaughtering and murdering women, children, and everybody in an armed society.
That's right.
And yet, this is exactly what was allowed to happen by the Israeli government.
Yeah.
Yes, they are at fault as well. They're not at fault for Hezbollah attacking them, but they're at fault for not allowing their own citizenry to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They were sheep led to the fucking slaughter.
Yes, they were. It's very unfortunate.
A lot of policies got reversed yesterday. One of them was that you had to keep your weapon in an armory away from your house. Another was if you had taken the test and failed to purchase a weapon, you may now purchase a weapon. Essentially now, if you want a weapon, get a weapon. The right of a human being to self-defense is an inalienable right. It cannot, it's one of those rights that cannot be, should not ever be taken away or allowed to be taken away.
Well, this is a good example of it.
This is a great example of it. This is an example that should end the Second Amendment argument forever.
Yeah, but do you think it's gonna?
No. Yet, where do our vulnerabilities lie?
Yeah,
in our blue cities, where people
right.
where people have disarmed themselves with good intentions,
Yeah.
With good intentions, thinking, oh, we're going to be safe. We have a great police department. Sure, we have a little crime, but that's okay.
And I know liberals that are all for owning guns. They love their guns, but they don't get it. They don't get it. You're voting liberal. You're voting. Well, I want my gun. They're not going to take my guns away. You're voting for them to take your guns away.
You're voting for them to take your guns away. Absolutely.
Must be Johnny.
Must not be.
It's the end of the show.
The Raw, you're on the air.
Yeah, I heard my name. This is Pastor Jim.
No, it's
hey.
Not.
Oh, come on. Let me have that fantasy. It's almost 10 o'clock at night.
How you doing,
Chuck? Doing well. Where did I leave off here? I think right around there was Pastor Jim.
That was a long time ago.
See, that's interesting. It's like 7 minutes, and then it will freeze up, and then 7 minutes will turn into 10, and then 10 will turn into 12. It's like I don't know.
You must be way out there where you got crappy internet service.
It's that weed and that vodka you were consuming.
My monthly plan. I don't want to spend any more money. Plus, I'm pretty, I'm pretty cheap.
But you spend it on weed and vodka.
What we're talking about right now is what has happened in Israel is the perfect argument for the right of self-defense. It's the Second Amendment, to be able the right to keep and bear arms so you can defend yourself. That's what we were talking about right now.
Yeah, I believe in that. What I don't agree with, though, is when people start talking about using the Second Amendment and using it as a way to assault stuff.
I don't understand how. What do you mean?
Well, I hear rhetoric every once in a while on the local radio station. Somebody that's, when are we going to take charge and all of this kind of stuff. And,
okay. I understand the rhetoric of let's go to war. Let's fight a rebellion. Let's take back. Yeah, I understand that. I hear you, and I disagree with that as well. That should be our absolute last stop.
Yeah, as far as the idea of being able to being a citizen and being able to defend myself against enemies, foreign and domestic, I don't want to be put in a situation where, like Ukraine, for example, when they started to restrict guns like Germany does. In Germany, you can have all the guns. I think you can have up to like 7. And then the ammunition cost a lot. But anyway, having the ability to defend myself and not have the government start handing out AK-47s when it benefits them, that's what I would like to see avoided.
Exactly.
It just seems more.
Exactly.
And that's what's happening up here in Washington State. I mean, we've got a tyrant of an attorney general. He does some good stuff, but he really is a bastard.
It's like I said, the state of Washington is fucked.
Yeah.
War comes to the United States. The state of Washington is fucked.
Well, for a while, I mean, we still have a lot of the people that should have those kinds of tools for the battlefield probably already have them.
Possibly.
And hopefully,
but your cities are doomed. You've got what's your largest city's population?
I don't know. Seattle would be the largest city.
3 million,
and they're fucked.
I guess. I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, well, consider 75% of that population absolutely fucked,
right?
Because they have no way to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think there's going to be a large portion of the population that go along with the people that are wanting to be in charge too, just to avoid being killed or having their business being burned down. I mean, it was the same kind of shit that you saw during Black Lives Matter up there and in Portland. You saw these
Liberal
buildings with BLM stuff,
Liberal
all
logic.
in support of what was going on. But to be quite honest with you, just to get off track here real quick, that BLM stuff, there was a lot of stuff going on with that. There was separatist stuff that was going on. The Cascadia movement was involved in that up in Seattle. And then Cascadia is kind of like the West Coast version of the Free State movement in New Hampshire, the ones that the Free Talk Live. So that was a weird time. That was a really weird time.
It was, and it wasn't peaceful at all. Right now, I'm very disappointed.
Hell no, it wasn't.
I'm very disappointed. Well, I've always been disappointed in BLM, but BLM is aligning themselves with Hezbollah. They're aligning.
Yeah, I heard that earlier today.
They are aligning themselves with Hezbollah. You know, I told the story early on. You may have missed it, but Black Lives Matter recently released a statement expressing solidarity with our Palestinian family, drawing parallels between the struggles faced by Black Americans and those faced by Palestinians, and calling for the decolonization of America. What the fuck do you mean by that?
I wonder who came up with that statement. Sounds like somebody in a laptop in an office with nothing better to do. Did they actually vote on that? I mean, come on. Let's talk about how that whole thing came.
I have absolutely no earthly clue whatsoever. All I know is there's the fucking headline, and what in the hell? Over. Okay, fine. You want to decolonize America? Well, start with yourself. Decolonize yourself. Move. Leave.
Yeah.
The door is just as porous the other way as it is this way. You're welcome to move to a country that fits your ideology.
Yeah, a country like Idaho.
Idaho is not a country.
It is to me.
Well, that's you.
Idaho's a great place to live.
It really is. The difference between Idaho and where I'm at right now, it's like
Big time difference. It
really is a different country.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Excuse me.
It's a good country.
It's kind of like that, I guess, with the mentality around here versus the mentality found in.
Well, figure a blue state against a red state. Come on, Chuck.
It's just like the real Arizonan mentality against the California mentality. Okay, even though that
I'm against the California mentality. Oh my God! Sorry, Henry. I'm sorry. Henry.
No, I agree 100%.
Henry's saying I agree 100%. He's against it.
He's a part of the problem.
The California mentality is the mentality of an insane person.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I don't see how he does it.
Unfortunately for them, I'm part of the solution.
Other people that live in California, I don't see how. I don't see how. But we don't want you up here in Washington, by the way. Not Henry.
No,
Henry. Everybody.
Henry's
not allowed, except for
Henry's welcome in Washington.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I meant to say. But everybody else can piss off. We need Henry up in either to run for Kelso, Washington, or Longview, Washington City Council. It's getting weird.
I imagine it. All right, Chuck. Well, I'm almost out of time, man. I do appreciate your phone calls tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
Did you enjoy having Ashley Garrett on?
Sure. Yeah.
I thought
I thought she was great. Some of the stuff it's pretty far out there for me.
Well, that's all right. The thing,
I know.
The thing is, we invite people with differing opinions.
Correct.
Diversity, yeah.
You
absolutely.
are allowed to have your opinions. We're not going to denigrate you for that. We may not agree with you, but guess what? We're going to remain friends regardless.
Yep.
Because,
Because look, if I agreed with everybody, I would eat my Glock.
It'd be boring.
Jesus.
I know that's like the fourth time I've said that tonight.
Not good.
No, it's not a good thing.
No, and then I'm seeing this stuff on Johnny's mentioning it too on YouTube. I was like, what is there something funny? Oh, I get it. It's Halloween and we're supposed to be scared or something. Is this
No, it's not a joke.
Okay.
It's not a joke. But the thing
All
is,
right.
I'm not there, and I'm not going to eat my Glock, and I'm not considering suicide. But
neither am I.
The thing is, I'm pissed off, and I'm going. You know what? I am going to leave tonight. Now, I'm glad you're on. I'm glad you're on the phone. I'm glad you're listening to this as we speak, or as we are right now on. I wrote the potato a letter.
A hard copy?
I'm sorry, what?
Or email? A hard copy or email?
Email.
Oh, okay.
You know, just as much chance of getting read as a hard copy. But I also edited it to send to Arizona senators and representatives. But it says this: Dear Mr. President. I didn't say Dear Mr. Potato Head, so I'm being nice.
Yeah.
My name is Miss Ann Hansen. I'm a 100% disabled veteran. I am transsexual. Your administration promised that veterans like myself would be able to get gender surgery and care through the Veterans Administration, according to the presidential executive order on January 25th, 2021. Nearing 3 years later, there is no action. There's not even a timeline on when or ever gender affirming care will be implemented. Our VA advocates tell us they can't even process our complaints up the chain of command. It is more than evident to this veteran that your administration has no intention of following through on your promises to those that serve, protect, and defend the Republic. As a veteran, I should be used to being treated as a second-class citizen. When I was on active duty, we had a saying: soldiers and dogs stay off the grass. We are treated no better today. Our needs are ignored, belittled, and dismissed. Thousands of honorably discharged veterans are in need of gender-affirming surgeries. Many served during a time where we were in fear of being discovered, court-martialed, imprisoned, dishonorably discharged, sexually abused, or even up to being murdered just for our sexual preferences. Yet we served in silence and fear of discovery because this country is worth fighting for. We served with pride and honor. We absorbed the abuse. We endured the pain because first and foremost, we're Americans. Please, Mr. President, follow through on your promises to LGBT veterans. Our very lives depend on it. Miss Ann Hansen, my address, telephone number, and everything else.
Expect a phone call.
What would you do if Mr. Potato had called you and go, "Hey, I just want to talk to you"?
Let's go, Brandon.
If he wants to sniff my hair at the same time he orders the VA to fucking fix my little issues, I think I'd take one for the team.
You know what? Can I make a recommendation, if you don't mind? Would you mind sending that to another senator? It says Senator Patty Murray from the state of Washington. I know you don't live in Washington, but she is, I know she's on the Armed Services Committee, and I think she's also on the Veterans Committee, and she's also, like third in charge or something like that, fourth in charge Patty Murray. It's Patty Murray, you know what I mean? So if you send a copy of that letter to her, I think that the right modifications to make it personal or unique to that senator right there would be a good idea. She does a lot of stuff for sexual assault victims in the military. As you know, the Army was a terrible place for people, soldiers being sexually assaulted.
Yes,
it was mostly with alcohol-related sexual assaults, but
yes,
nevertheless, it was still that trauma. Doesn't just stay with the victim; it goes into the unit, and that's one of the reasons why I was kind of disillusioned with the Army and the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and how it's just, I don't know. I was totally disillusioned with law enforcement at that point. Totally disillusioned with the way that institution functioned, and it's too bad. But
yeah. Well, Chuck, I hate to do this, but I do have to cut you off. We are 4 minutes over time.
Yeah, we're done.
Are they going to charge you more?
They could.
Yes.
No, well, Henry's getting ready to fall asleep. So
I am.
Be nice to the elderly.
All right, we'll talk tomorrow later. Hey, are you going to do your thing tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know.
I saw you this morning, by the way. I thought that was funnier than hell.
Oh God, I was pissed. I was absolutely fucking pissed.
All right, we'll talk later, guys.
I woke up early for that shit.
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube like early 7:09.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Bye, Chuck.
All right,
Chuck, have a good one. Thanks for the call. And that does it for us tonight. It is The Raw. I'm your host of the most, Miss Dan Hansen. And, of course, we have Henry and Tender right over there, guarding the sacred phone number, 928-476-0331.
Which,
although
don't
call now because we're going offline.
We are.
And anyway, we will see you as soon as we can. I do not know if I will be home when they start the next session.
I'll watch it.
Well, the thing is, you're not going to be online.
No, but I'll watch it.
You'll watch it, but maybe we'll get together tomorrow night and talk about it. I don't know. It all depends. I've got to take a cat to a vet. All right. There's family members are important.
Okay. Talk to you tomorrow.
But also, go out there and make the world a better place. Don't accept the bullshit that they're handing down to you. And for Christ's sake, don't believe the hype. Tell our government to stop. Let other people handle their own problems. We can send all the humanitarian aid we want, but sometimes we just got to let the people who are in danger handle it themselves. They will do a better job than we can direct.
No one's helping us.
Because it's guaranteed no one's fucking helping us. Anyway, it is The Raw. I go out there and have a great night. Henry, love you, brother. Talk to you later.
Just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen.
Avast, ye scallywags, is another pirate production.